Hello, everyone, and welcome to Online Instruction in Introduction to Sociology, Sociology 111. My name is Matthew Howell, and I am the instructor for this course. This recording is for the purpose of showing you some of the tools we'll be using and the location of some of the things in Blackboard. So, let me just get logged in here, and then we'll begin taking a look at the course. And of course, here's the course right here. Of course, when you get into the course, make sure you read the announcements, and then the first tab you'll want to go to is the Start Here tab. This is where you will want to go through these three folders fairly carefully. I just want to show you what's in step one. So where you can find the syllabus folder. You'll want to open this syllabus. You click here to access the file, and make sure you read through that carefully. Calendar of activities and deadlines. This has due dates and everything. There's both a file you can print out right here and also an item right here that you can just kind of scroll down and look through. Couple important things to note here when we look at the calendar. First of all, please note that students will need to complete 2 class sessions each week. As this is a summer course and an accelerated course, students will be required to complete 2 class sessions each week. So we'll have to do session 1 and 2 in the first week, 3 and 4 in the second week, 5 and 6 in the third week, 7 and 8 in the fourth week, so on and so on. Also, if you notice, the normal begin of the week is Monday. The normal end of the week is Sunday. But in the last 2 sessions, you see that the due date is Friday, not Sunday. This is to give me enough time to get everything graded and submitted so I can have final grades posted on time. So for the last week of class, when we're working on sessions 15 and 16, remember, Friday, July 31st is the deadline there. And if you look here, it says no work will be accepted after Friday, July 31st at 11:59. Okay, some other things to look for in the resources. This will take you directly to the e-text, which you paid for when you paid your tuition. There are links in each of the class sessions that will also take you to the e-text as well. Course rubrics. These are the actual rubrics that are used for grading in this course. You'll want to look through those carefully. And finally, you'll want to read through the group PowerPoint project assignment, and you can read through it either as an item here or there's a file here to download, and the term paper research project assignment. Again, there's a file to download here, or you have access to it right here. And you'll want to read through those within that first week because we'll actually be trying to get together and work on the group project in that first week as well. Now, where we're going to be working on these projects is something else we'll be going through here. When we go to communication and tools, there are a couple things I want to point out in communication and tools. First of all, everybody should be familiar with send email and course messages. These are how you can contact me. You just create a message for course messages, you hit the 2 and it'll pull everything up. You would select me as the instructor, move it over there, and then you would type a subject, type the body of the message, and hit submit. Now, for email, it's fairly similar. Send email. But here, you can send it to all users, all groups, all teaching assistants. You won't have access to all of this. But you just select users, and then you can select whichever one. Again, if it was to me, you would go down here, highlight, hit the arrow over, type in a subject, type in and your message, and hit submit. And so those are the normal communication tools. Now, in this class, we will also be using discussion boards. There are a number of discussion boards throughout the course of the semester. There are 9 total discussion boards on topics, and then one introductory discussion board for a total of 10 discussion boards throughout the course of the semester. Again, if you look down here, you will see that it says by Thursday, by Sunday. So what we would like to have is the original post completed by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All times in this course are Eastern Standard Times. This gives all students a chance to read and respond to someone else's post. So we'll be using discussion boards in here. Just kind of click on the discussion board, click create thread, and that's what allows you to, so this would be introduction of Matthew Howell, and then hi, my name is Matthew Howell, I work at Ivy Tech, and then you just hit submit at the end after you've got that ready to go. If you're not ready to post it yet, you can save it as a draft, but you should know sometimes students have trouble re-accessing their drafts. You can also access the discussion boards under the discussion board tab, and you'll be able to access them through class sessions as well. Another important tool is right here, Blackboard Collaborate. Throughout the course of this semester, I will be holding virtual lectures on Monday morning. It'll be at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. That's when we will hold them. You are not required to attend, but you are free to attend if you would like. You just click on here, and it will ask you to enter. It's got room information over here. It will ask you to enter the room, give you room details, all that kind of stuff. If you don't attend in real time, that doesn't mean you miss the lecture, because then you just click on recordings, and I will keep a running tab of recordings for each of the lectures that I do, so that you'll be able to access it as an MP4 file after, at any time during the week following the time when I do it. These will be done twice a week, because there's going to be about an hour lecture for each course twice a week, covering the chapter material from each class session. And because we're covering 2 class sessions each week, there will be 2 recordings done each week. And you'll be able to access those right here. Okay, now you can also access the other tools we'll be using, which are the Wiki and the Groups page, through Communication and Tools. You can access the Wiki as well. But each student has a little tab that says My Groups. I've enrolled myself in one of the groups just to show you what comes up. You click on the PowerPoint project Group 1. Click on the arrow, and it brings you over here. And this is what it will look like. This is where we're going to be doing the group PowerPoint project presentation. You will not have to actually present. What this assignment is about is designing a PowerPoint as if you were going to present on it. The topic for this PowerPoint is the history of sociology as a scientific field of inquiry. Now, you have a number of group tools here. It will show all the group members up here. File exchange. What you do here is you add a file, and this is where you can upload and download files, and all students in the group are able to access this. You also have group tasks. If you want to, you can create a group task or create a task, say figuring out dates and PowerPoint slides, and that will be a task that you could assign to one member of the group, 2 members of the group, so on and so forth. Now, you have the group wiki, and it's got a description here of what's going on. These are the instructions for it. Now, down here is where you create the wiki content. So suppose you wanted to start kind of a running discussion. You could use this wiki to do it because every student in the group can access and edit the wiki page. So you can use this where you're creating an outline and everybody can kind of work on the outline together, and then you copy it off of there and paste it onto a Word document and submit it. Let me know that it's ready for my evaluation. So these are all the things we have here. Go to the group homepage, and this is where it shows it. Now, this final one down here is the group assignment. This is very important, okay? Only one member of the group should submit the finished PowerPoint for the entire group. Each group needs to decide which member will be responsible for the group submission, because there is only one submission allowed per group. This is a group project. Now, you notice that as the instructor, I have access to this as well. So if I come in here and I go to the group homepage and I look at the group wiki, there are actually, once somebody's created the homepage, I will be able to see who's participating and who's not participating. I can also see the group tasks. I can see the file exchange. And so when I look here, I can see who's uploading files. This is so that no student will be able to not participate in the group project, but still get the points for the group project. If you do not participate, I will be able to see that, and you will receive a 0. So it's important that everybody participate in the group project. So these are just some of the new features that we're going to be using in this course. When we go to the class sessions, of course, the way that it's laid out, I'm just going to pop open class session 1. Each of these are very similar. So we open up class session 1. It's divided out into, you've got an overview here, you've got learning objectives and content, you have kind of a breakdown of content, required learning materials, supplemental learning materials. Now, this is stuff here that is here to help you. You are not required to do any of the supplemental materials. You should go through all of the required materials, though. And finally, the assignments and assessments. Now, the required and supplemental learning materials you will find broken down into required and supplemental learning materials in each folder. So there are practice quizzes, there are activities here which will help you with your learning, vocabulary flashcards, some other videos and YouTube videos that may help. In this first session, of course, I've got helpful Blackboard sites. And then up here you have an outline, and above this what you have are the required learning materials. Because we're going through course orientation of the syllabus, these are all in here in the required. Here is the link to the textbook, a link to the PowerPoint. This PowerPoint is the PowerPoint I will be using during the lectures as well. A paradox video, which kind of gives you, in a fun way, the contents of the chapter, and then throughout you'll have these sociological conversations. These are kind of important to watch because it's sociologists talking about their work, and it gives you a good idea of how sociology is practiced as a field. Okay, so this is the overview. Of course, here in the instructor tab, you'll be able to find my contact information. It's also located in the syllabus. Grades is where you would go to get your grades. Help is where you would go for Blackboard help. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email or contact me through messages with those concerns, and I will respond to them. Once again, welcome to Introduction to Sociology, Sociology 111. The section number is 04A, and I hope to have a good semester with you all.